Welcome to the Busy Moms Fitness, Nutrition, Mindset, and Accountability community. This group is for busy moms, busy professional moms who are ready to take back control of their day, take back control of their life, have more confidence, have more energy, feel stronger, be able to conquer all the things that they want to. You guys are high achievers, and I know we get kind of bogged down by that to-do list that never seems like it's getting smaller. And in this group, I help teach you how to control your day, create life habits and routines that are simple, that revolve around yourself, your health, and really overall productivity and time management of your overall life. Because if we can manage our own time in our day, we can manage our fitness, we can manage our children, we can manage our meal planning, we can manage work, we can manage all of the things. And one of the things that I find that's super helpful is being able to really look at our health, meaning our fitness, our nutrition, our mindset, and the accountability aspect we have with just one-on-one with each other, but also as a whole community here. Because this journey that we are on sometimes can feel like the most long, daunting, boring thing in the world. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes it does feel that way. But you have a community here to reach in, to check in and say, hey, does anyone else feeling this way this week? What are you doing to kind of get through that? Or is anybody else going through this? Or this was my huge win for the week. That's what this community is for. It's not just for me to show up every week and coach on something, to do a training, but it's for you guys to show up and connect with one another, to when something's bothering you or something you want to share with the world because you're super proud of it, like post it in the group. I want to hear and see it. And so does everybody else. So there are 3 ways to get the most out of these calls. Number 1 is if you are on Facebook and you've gotten that little notification says Morgan is live, or you have gotten that email about an hour ago that said Morgan's going live at noon Eastern. Click that little Zoom link either above my head here in the video or in that email and jump right into the Zoom room. Every single week, I go live at noon Eastern Standard Time for one-on-one, for group coaching. If you jump on, I will ask you specific questions. We will take the topic and dive into what your life actually looks like. So that is the way you're going to get the most out of this. It's free coaching every single week. The second way to get the most out of this is, you saw that little bubble that says Morgan's Live. Follow along as we are live right now. I've got Facebook up on my other screen and I'm watching as comments come in. If you are here watching live, drop hashtag live in the comments on Facebook. Let me know you are here. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and what brought you on today's call. Like, what about crack the code to consistency kind of got you excited for today? And that third way to get the most out of these calls is by watching that replay. So if you are watching the replay, whether it's later today, a week from now, 3 months from now, or even 2 years from now, and you found it on the YouTube channel or you found it in the Facebook group, drop hashtag replay in the comments below. Let me know you are here. Same thing, who you are, where you're from, and what made you watch the replay, because our time is very valuable. And I know sometimes sitting down to learn and to really kind of get ready to take action on something, we feel like we have 100 other things we could be doing. But what actually made you show up? I like to try to keep these short and sweet. I try to keep them under a half hour. My goal is, if I'm the only one here, to try to keep them closer to 20. But I will be honest, I sometimes do get a little long-winded because I'm super passionate about all this. So if I ever get long-winded, if you are watching on YouTube, you can 2x me to make me go a little bit faster. You're not able to do that on Facebook. So remember, if you're watching live on Facebook right now, drop hashtag live in the comments. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what brought you on today's call to kind of listen and learn and implement. If you're watching the replay, do the same thing, hashtag replay, and answer the same questions. So if you've showed up for the last couple weeks, you're going to see that I've kind of changed this format a little bit. I'm playing back and forth with PowerPoint. I'm in a few different coaching programs to kind of teach me not just about fitness, but also how to be a better coach to each and every one of you, and how I can present and do these coaching sessions in a way that's a little bit more interactive than just like watching me talk and listening. So I do have another PowerPoint today, and I'm going to kind of be switching in between. So let me refresh Facebook here just to make sure I've got no comments popping up in there. Oh, I see you, Kelly. Hello, nice to see you there. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what brought you on today's call. Yeah, keep those comments coming. The chat lives on. So as we move into, I'm going to share my screen here. So you've just got to give me a sec because I'm still working out the glitches. Okay, Let me know if you can see this okay. Can we see the crack the code to consistency? Drop yes in the comments below and let me know. So today we're going to be talking about how to crack the code to consistency. This is something that I didn't realize I'd been doing for a very long time, but we're going to kind of get into it. Over probably the last week, I had gone through I had an epiphany about something, that what I was doing every single day for myself, I've taught it, but I've never actually really dived deep into it and taught it to you. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And to get started, we're going to be talking about one, consistency. And I was actually just reading the book Atomic Habits. And if you've never read it, I actually listened to the audiobook summary because I like to kind of get the summary of a book first before I either invest in the full thing or invest in the full audiobook. I am more of an audio reader, but I have tried to implement actual reading as well because it's great for our mind. But in that book, there was this quote, and this is not word for word, but this is how I interpret it. As we perform bad habits hundreds to thousands of times throughout our life, but we expect that when we perform a good habit, only 10 times for them to stick in our life to be changed. Have you ever thought about that? That over and over and over and over and over again, we perform a bad habit or a habit that we no longer want to continue doing hundreds to thousands of times, but we think, if I drink my water 10 days in a row, a habit is formed. I am fixed, I am cured. When we've been drinking Coca-Cola, I'm just using that as an example, every single day as our beverage of choice for the last 15 years. It's going to take more than 10 times. It's going to take more than 21 days. It's going to take more than 3 months for you to actually engrave that habit. And what happens is, the reason a lot of us don't see results is because we continue to jump from diet plan to diet plan, program to program, because we aren't seeing results fast enough. We want that instant gratification of, I drank the water, I feel like $1 million. That doesn't happen right away. It takes time. Just like the analogy I use a lot is, you didn't gain 10 pounds overnight, you're not going to lose it in a week. In short term, there are definitely ways that you can make that happen, but it's not sustainable long term. And no matter what diet you are on, no matter what program you're in, stop jumping around from program to program, diet to diet, because you're not seeing the results in 30, 60, or 90 days. It takes much longer than that for you to see lifelong changes. And today I'm going to be teaching you the key elements to consistency, and there's actually 5 of them. And there are 5 that I use in my everyday life. There are 5 that I use with each and every one of my clients. And they're actually, all 5 of those elements are going to be in a 21-day Control Your Day challenge that I'm going to be starting here in the next couple weeks. It's a completely free challenge. So if you have any interest in taking back control in your day, and you controlling your day and not letting your day control you, then drop challenge in the comments below. And I will make sure that you get on that list to get started when it comes out. So drop challenge in the comments below if you'd like to be part of the 21-day Control Your Day challenge. That right there is something that I'm literally doing the things every single day, and I see the difference. I feel the differences. So let's move on to the key elements of consistency. These are elements, like I said, that I've been using for years. And by doing these, I've noticed my stress levels are lower. I'm less overwhelmed. I have more energy. I'm able to love. I'm able to create and keep living the life that I love. When I don't do these things, whether I drop one of them or I drop all of them, or I'm just inconsistent with any aspect of this, I'm more stressed. I'm more overwhelmed. My energy sucks. I don't want to get out of bed. I'm not excited to go anywhere. And I don't feel like I'm living my life to the fullest. So when we look at this, like I said, we have 5 elements here. I'm going to kind of expand on these, and then I'm going to give you some examples, because I know it can be very vague to kind of look at this screen and go, okay, calendar, planner, start small, blah, blah, blah. So first element here is, you need to be able to have a calendar or planner system that you love and that you use daily. We need to plan tomorrow, today. Often we are running around in reactive mode. We need to take action first. We need to plan so that we know what is coming so we are in control. If we're always here in reactive mode, we get exhausted. That stress is higher, that overwhelm, the not knowing what is next continues to set in. So first things first, you need to be having some sort of schedule, planner, calendar that you use daily in your life. And I'll give you the ones that I use in my life personally. I use 2 different ones for different reasons, and I'll share that in the next slide. The second element to consistency is we have to start small. We always think it's an all or nothing approach. If I don't do my whole 30-minute workout, then if I don't do any of it, then it's either all of it or nothing. Start small. If you know 30 minutes of a workout does not work in your life, start with 5 minutes. Start with literally 5 minutes workout. It can be 5 minutes of squats, like a little squat, deadlift, push-up series. It could mean 5 minutes of walking. Start small with your goal. It is gold. By starting small, it's gold. Because if you are not, then we get overwhelmed and we just don't do any of the things. So have your calendar or planner. Start small. Once we have these small habits that we are doing consistently, we get to build on these actions, whether that means taking on another habit or another action we want to implement into our day, or it's making an action or habit a little bit longer. So for instance, this can look like I've been doing my 30-minute workout consistently every single day. And maybe any more than 30 minutes you don't need. But maybe you're ready to habit stack is a way to kind of think about this. Now I'm going to start focusing on water in addition to my exercise. So it can look like that when you want to build your actions. Or it can mean I started with 5 minutes of 5 minutes working out per day. I've been doing that consistently for a few weeks. Okay, now I'm ready to go for 10 minutes. Okay, I've done my 10 for a few weeks. I'm feeling good. I haven't missed a day. I've been super freaking consistent. Let's go to 15. We can slowly build our actions and our habits that way. Element number 4, you must track your progress. You must, because our minds are some powerful, powerful things. Our minds are very powerful. And myself included, when I don't track, I get into the thought and the mindset of, I've been doing all the things. Why is it not working? My brain tells me I've been doing all the things because it wants to build me up. It wants me to say, yeah, I'm doing all the things. But when I get out my piece of paper or I get out my tracker and I actually look and I can visually see that, oh, I haven't drank my water. I haven't hit my water goal for the last 7 days. No wonder I feel this way. I can clearly see, did I do the thing or did I not do the thing? There's no gray area here. When we are tracking our progress, there's no gray area. We did the action that's going to get us to that result, or we did not do it. And if we don't track it, we cannot visually see it. Our mind is too busy, too overwhelmed, too stressed, it's doing too many things to keep track of a perfect record of, did I drink my water on Monday? Did I drink my water on Tuesday? Use a tracking system. And I'm holding up a piece of paper because I just had printed something off and that's what was in front of me. You can use a multitude of different tracking systems, which I'll talk about on the next slide. The final thing is get creative. Doing the same thing over and over again, it may feel boring. It may feel tedious. It may feel like, no wonder, there's a reason I switch from diet to diet, to program to program, is because I get bored. Get creative with it. For me, I don't always read a book. I go audio. Sometimes I do ebook. Sometimes I do hardcover. I switch up the mode in which I'm going to read. Same thing with exercise. I do not do the same exact exercise every single day because that gets boring. I have walking, I have stretching, I have strength training, I have HIIT classes. I have a variety of things that I implement into my week. I get creative with it. I also pair things that I may not always enjoy that seem really boring with things I really enjoy. So remembering that these 5 elements are key to you being consistent in seeing the results. And consistently doing your actions or your habits, however you want to associate them, takes more than a month, takes more than 2 months, takes more than 3 months. I have some people that I'm working with that we've worked on and off for a couple years together. And they're now starting to see some of those bad habits they've wanted to get rid of. They no longer think about, they no longer are doing them. It takes time. It is a marathon. There's a very small percentage of the world that actually runs a marathon. Everyone else would prefer to do the 100-yard sprint or the 100-yard dash because it's short, it's fast, it's instant gratification. That marathon is long, it's hard. It can be boring at mile 15, but the feeling that you have at the end when you've made all these changes is what matters. That is going to be more gratifying than that 100-yard dash that you completed very quickly, that we just keep doing over and over again. Because eventually you're going to get tired of the 100-yard dash and you're going to wish you would have signed up for that longer race. So, like I said, I use these elements every single day in my life. My clients use this every single day, and I'm going to be running a 21-day Control Your Day challenge completely free here in the next couple weeks. So when it's going to kick off, you could join at any time, but we're going to be kicking off, and you're going to want to be part of the first group. So if you have any interest in taking back control of your day, drop challenge in the comments below. Let me know, and I will get you that information as soon as I'm ready to launch. So next one, we're going to talk about examples here. Like I said, we're going to work through each one of these elements and have examples behind it. So first one that we talked about calendar or planner. Two of the things that I use is I use Google Calendar. Google Calendar is my absolute favorite. Reason being is there's a color coding system that I can use to determine what is work, what is personal, what is appointments. Like I have a whole color coding system. I can use it on my phone, which is an iPhone, and then on my computer, that's a PC. It's compatible across all devices. I never have to go without it. So that is why I really love a digital calendar. Things can be modified and moved very easily. The other thing that I use is a legend planner. So if some of you are hardcover, I am never going to go to digital, I suggest the legend planner. Reason being is it's got a monthly view and it also has weekly views. It's got habit trackers in here. It's got prompts. It's a really all-encompassing, create your vision, create your why, move, make the best life possible. I love this thing. One of my clients actually recommended it to me. She found it on Amazon. She's like, Morgan, it's exactly what you teach. You'll absolutely love it. I bought it and I love it. So I use these in combo, and I actually teach you inside our inner circle how to use both a digital calendar and a hard calendar in combo if that's something that you feel like you need to do. But if you don't do any sort of calendar or planner system, pick one and start. Pick one and start using it every single day. The second thing that we had, let's go back, we had start small. So when we start small, it can be something as I'm going to do 5 ounces of water per day. Maybe you don't drink any water and you just want to start doing 5 ounces per day. Instead of saying, I need to drink half my body weight in ounces, and that could be 60 ounces, and you currently drink 0, make that goal 5 ounces, make that goal 20 ounces, make that goal something small that you can actually attain. So you can create that win, that gratification, that heck yeah, I'm doing the thing, I'm winning. Once you've done that, then we build, we habit stack. We then decide, okay, I'm ready to make that goal a little bit more challenging. I've been at 20 ounces consistently for the last 3 months. I'm ready to go to 30 ounces. I'm ready to go to 40 ounces. Build on your habit like that. Remember, the other way that we habit stack is by saying actions. So you've been crushing your water goal. You started with just changing your water in your life, because you know if you change it all, we're going to end up failing at something. We're going to feel like a failure, and we will spiral, and we won't feel like we're enough. I don't want you to ever feel that way. So start small. So once I've conquered my water and I'm feeling good about it, I'm feeling consistent, I'm doing all the things, now I'm going to start looking at that intentional movement. 10 minutes of intentional movement every single day. Once I do that, okay, maybe I'm ready to start implementing my diet. Maybe I want to really look at my protein intake per meal. Okay, am I getting a fist size serving of protein at each meal? Great. Now let's stack to another one. So on and so forth. We can do this with whatever habits we want to implement. The next one is tracking. Tracking is super important. Like I said on the last slide, if we are not tracking, we cannot clearly see what is happening and what is not happening. So Right here, you'll see in this photo, that's just a pen and paper. That's actually what I had printed off here before. I'm working on the challenge, the 21-day control your day challenge. There's going to be app access originally, but I'm also going to do paper access because I know we both learn and implement differently. So I was working on that tracker before this. So that's what was printed off in front of me. You can there are hundreds of habit trackers out there. It could be in the Legend Planner. It can be an app. We use My Coach, which is an accountability app where insert your habits and actions, you check it off, and I get to see what percentage of success you are at. If we start to see that something's not being successful, why is that? Is it the habit is too big and we can't reach it? Did we get too ambitious? Or are we crushing it and there was no challenge at all? Can we increase that? We can clearly see what is working, what is not, and make adjustments in a very quick way. So digital tracker, pen and paper, My Coach, there's a ton of stuff out there to track your habits. Whatever you choose, pick it and move forward. Don't stop bouncing around because it's not working. A habit tracker is a habit tracker. It's got to be simple. It's got to have your habits. It's got to be, and all you got to do is like easily cross off, did it happen or did it not? Habit pairing, that is that fifth element. And that fifth element here is, you'll see in the photo, we've got somebody sitting in the bath reading. And like I said, you can pair your habits a few different ways. And one of the things that I like to do, because reading is not my favorite. I know there's a lot of you in this group who absolutely love reading, who just may not get enough time for it. For me, reading is not my favorite. So when I want to read, I tend to pair it with things I enjoy doing. I listen to an audiobook when I go out on a walk. When I take a bath, I read my book. When I sit in the hammock, I'll read there. I pair a habit that I want to do because I know the benefits it is for mental fitness, but I pair it with something that I already enjoy doing so that I look forward to it. Like I look forward to my walks every single day, even if it feels like I'm doing the same walk. I look forward to it because I get to hear what's next in the book. So we can habit pair that way. And when we pair those habits with things, maybe it's watching your favorite show and stretching. Maybe it's when you, let me think. My go-to are book in the bathtub, or reading my book with something I love, and stretching and watching TV or listening to something I enjoy. So things like that. Maybe it's you're going to listen to a podcast only when you're in the car. So trying to pair some of these habits that you want to get into a routine of being consistent with something you were already doing that you already enjoy doing. So when we look at this, some of the things that we are going to talk about in the Take Control of Your Day challenge is I'm going to actually stop sharing here because I'm done with slides. So can you see me okay? Awesome. So as we are here, hi Carrie, I see you live. Happy to have you here. So as we kind of move into that Control Your Day challenge, like I was talking about, like I said, that's going to be coming out here in the next couple weeks, completely free 21 days. We are going to be looking at your mental fitness. We're going to be looking at your nutrition. We're going to be looking at your fitness level and just like exercise in general. There's a ton of things in there because let's be honest, for us to control our day, it's not just working out. No, it's time management. It's planning our day. It's actually making sure we put time for ourselves. It's us doing these really small things throughout our day to give us more energy, to make us less stressed, to have us feel like we're not just crossing things off a list that is never ending. Because it's important that we don't feel that way. We want to feel like enough. We want to feel like we are conquering the day every single day. And often when we don't feel that way, it's because our days are controlling us and we are not controlling the day. So remember, if you have any interest in that at all, if you have any interest, if it sparks you at all, drop challenge in the comments below. And when I get you that information here in the next couple weeks, you'll have the ability to sign right up and get started. So we had those 5 elements. And remember, those 5 elements are things that I do every single day. They are things that are super, super important for you to do every single day if you really want to stay consistent, if you really want to see results, if you really want to start making these changes that are going to last a lifetime and not just this quick thing that's going to happen, is you have to stop jumping around from program to program, diet to diet, You have to start being consistent and stick with it. So, key elements. You need to have a calendar or planner. You need to start small with those goals, those habits, those routines, those tasks that you want to implement. You need to build on your actions. We slowly build. We have to be tracking our progress in some sort of way. The way does not matter. Just like the calendar or planner does not matter which one it is. As long as you pick it and you stick with it, that's what matters. And then get creative with it. Pair your things together. Maybe it's water doesn't seem great. I'm going to get creative and buy a new water bottle. Okay, I have about 3 different ones that I rotate through. Any more than that I don't need, but I have to get creative around how to make sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do. So I would love to know, and I see a few of you have dropped challenge. Awesome, you will be added to the list when the challenge launches. I'm super excited. I've been doing a lot of work on it here in the last couple of days, and I'm super pumped. So if you have any interest in the challenge, the 21-day Control Your Day challenge, drop challenge in the comments. And I'd love to know, as we kind of jump on off here, what was your biggest insight, takeaway, or what's that one thing that kind of sticks to you like glue right now that you're like, I'm going to walk away remembering this for the rest of the day and into the remainder of the week? Drop it in the comments below. Even if you're watching the replay, drop it in the comments. I want to hear your insights. So as you guys are dropping those, I want to remind you that every single week we go live at noon Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. And next week's topic I am super excited for, because some of you may or may not know, on Mondays and Wednesdays at noon, I teach virtual group fitness classes. Virtual group fitness classes I teach them, and they are a little less than 30 minutes in length by the time I do my opener and my entrance spiel. And next week on Thursday, I'll do my intro like I normally do here. And then we're actually going to do a 30-minute strength training class together. I'm going to take you through exactly what a Monday or Wednesday class looks like. We're going to do the class together. I'll end and wrap up. So next week will be probably closer to about 40 minutes by the time I intro, outro, and then I teach class. So if you have time next week at noon for your lunch break, make sure you've got either a set of dumbbells or a backpack of weights, or maybe it's laundry soap, or maybe it's a book from around the office. I'm going to keep it super simple so you don't need a lot of equipment, but we are going to do strength training. So if you are ready to get moving next Thursday at 12 Eastern Standard Time for a strength training class live in this group, make sure to join us. And I see one of our takeaways is we have to track. Yes, we have to track. So I would love to know, Carrie, how are you currently tracking? And if you're not tracking right now, how do you want to move forward tracking starting today? Drop that in the comments here, and I'll take a look at that once we jump off. So have a great rest of your day, everyone. I will see you all same time, same place next week for a 30-minute strength training workout. Talk to you soon.